So, what? Oh, okay. So this is actually different. Yes, that's okay. Error. No. Okay. This one, okay. Candy hearts. Just sunshine. Just because of picture. Actually, let me. I like the music, but it has vodka, so I'm removing it. But I can bypass that because it still has the other three. Okay, so good. Because I'm gonna need that later. Monica already... Monica shouldn't be starting this early, if she is. Let me exit DDLC because there's actually there's still more pictures apparently. I want. Okay, there's something I need to do. Saves. Delete. Oh my god, you're already doing that, aren't you? You're preventing me from deleting the save that I need to delete. Okay, I have multiple saves. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used. The whiskers are drawn with icing and a little piece of chocolate were used to make the ears. But yeah, it was talking about the cupcake, that's right. So cute! Yeah, shut up, say Ari. No, never mind, it's not mine. No, you shut up. I had no idea you were good at baking, Atsuki. Yeah, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sari grabs one first and Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sari talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why do you think me? It's not like Have I heard this song before? Made it for you or anything. Eh? Well, I thought you technically did. Sari said, well, maybe, but not for you know, you dummy. Alright. Natsuki? I hate you. Well, no, I don't hate you. But whatever, no. I give up on Natsuki's rhetoric and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of everyone, in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Give a whole set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy it. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider the leisure club? Not you. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was sporadically dragged here by Sari. I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sari seems really happy here, so it's okay. Don't be embarrassed. I'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the leisure club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing in the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. No, she's not. No surprise, there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, the literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. What makes events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Those different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Wilson, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Yeah, I'm reading right now, so... Manga. You muttered quietly to yourself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Yes! It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? Spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Hey, what about you, Yuri? Oh, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Okay. She's actually talking about horror, by the way, guys. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is really impressive. Here goes on, clearly passionate about reading. She seems to reserve since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how Ryder can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to deliberately throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I definitely grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, you might as well be having a conversation with the rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. There's so much about you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another road, then I really can't put it down. Serial horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eye darted over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? It gives you that idea. You looked a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called, don't say it out loud. And give that back. But fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Zori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. I knew Natsuki would say that. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that little writing takes more than just confidence. The first form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Well, I wanted to read everyone else's poems. They all sat in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. And then the next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Is that right, Will Sands? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Zori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and that was my train of thought. All four girls stared back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, no Sands, you all, I'm defenseless against this. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? This is a frame poem, this is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the larger club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Zori wraps her arms around me. That's it right for you. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the headlight, I would be pissed. That's why I love Natsuki. And that makes it official. Welcome to the Large Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Because I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel like anxiety welling up inside me. Right, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean out their food. Hey Wilson, since we're right here, do you want to all come together? That's right, Zori and I never all come together anymore because she's always stayed out of school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Then the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. Oh wait, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Zori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. I'll really be happy spending every day at school in the electrical club. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Let's write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Okay, mouse. Sugar. Happiness. Flower. Look. I have to. Sunset. Lollipop. So I can go back. I should have done anime. Fireflies. Fluffy. Money. This it just started North Turkey with this out. No, it would be heavens or anything? I don't know. Rose. Okay. Hope. Probably vanilla or ribbon, something like vanilla. Drops. Puppy. She hates the word cute. So I'm doing strawberry. So it actually shows whenever I make a certain word, it will show the jump. Okay, so what's targeting that Turkey? Okay. Hi again, Wilsons. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, huh? Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for helping me. Wilsons. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for really. Jerry, just stop. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. My kid deserves any slack. Larry told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. If you don't take it seriously, then you won't get the end of it. Mitsuki, you certainly have a big mouth as someone who keeps her manga collected in the classroom. Mitsuki finds herself stuck between saying manga and manga. Manga is literature. Yes, it is. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Lieutenant always gives it his best as long as he is there. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. I cook and clean my room. I'm dependable. Maybe that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I'd be a little jealous. How come you and Wilson's gonna become good friends soon? Theory. As usual, Theory seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Theory even brought you something today, you know? But wait, Theory? Me? No, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Theory made it sound like a big deal, when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, it won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. He reaches into your bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks you'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you could read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled, I expect Monica to kick off some critical activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in her book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki cites a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, if it's kind of written on your face, what's that supposed to mean? I see. It was a long volume of manga, and managed to stack of various books inside of one of the shelves. Curious, I pulled it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snapped it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing the box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. And you get a close look at the box so that she doesn't mind. Perfect Girls is a series I've never heard of in my life. I probably need to either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. But hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Wilson. Consider this a lesson straight from the leisure club. Don't judge a book. I already know. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Perfect Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attires, striking animated it's exceedingly low. You don't just stand there. Wow. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She passes on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. You can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I guess it's easier to be closer to you like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki grabs her arm and squishes it enjoyable. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer to me, reclaiming the additional space where she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Well, how long have it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older poems every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Let me save here real quick. Let me load here. Didn't save. So there's 1. Okay. Okay, so that's her. into it. Okay, that's a new day. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for a lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Oh, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean... Oh, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's really a funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the excursion. That just helps you get to know the characters. Besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts happening. Okay, not particularly. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Yeah, I underestimate you. Yeah. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? That usually gives me a little shove. It just meant that I have yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki paused for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah, what does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. And you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. No. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess I explained Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We ran on for a few minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. Natsuki's dad. If you did not know, her dad is abusive, which is another reason why I find her my favorite character. Because she's just relatable for me. It's more of the relatable part why I like her. At least it's safe here in the club room. I did not want to leave YouTube. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems, maybe. Or at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So, geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. Actually, I forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You know, Well, you always feel bad. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But she's not used to sharing her manga with a friend. I can understand why. Try to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to ride that... Did not read that. So, this is why there is a history thing. No. Try to express in words the feeling you get. Okay. Try to express in words the feeling you get when connecting to someone like that. And being able to ride that Natsuki for him, it's her experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Okay? Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your time be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly noticed how close she's gotten to me. She usually slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess we'll stop here for now. I put the book in here towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Mako just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really don't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through. Look, mangas are easy to finish in one day. Might fall behind in some shows if I try to get through. Read the manga. You can finish 2 in a day. I finished 3 in a day. I can finish 4 in a day. That's how fast I can read mangas. That was when I had time. And so that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I can't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. But now that everyone's ready, why don't you find something to share with? I can't wait. Zuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Zuri's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's resting handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. So here's the thing. What I am going to do, in this order, each time I'm going to Natsuki, Sayori, Yuri, and Monica. The reason why, I'll explain as okay. Monica, I just hate. Yuri, it just is my second least favorite ever for Monica, but that's because she reminds me of someone I did not like in school. Sorry. Yuri, I can get by with the horror and death and like that. Basic or stuff or whatever. It's just the fact that when you're reading and she turns the pages with you, which that's if you do Yuri's side story. Anyway, doing Natsuki. So Natsuki in there, and I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Yuri reads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. I have to remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said, well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. Oh, she just complimented me. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, huh? Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and I hope you're happy. Natsuki. another reason really. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? I took his resort and gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go down against the road like you're awful. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. That's why you must really hate me. Here's something. Nah, she does not hate you. That's the thing. She never hated me. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that you like my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagle doesn't lie. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can leap, trees can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Look, that's not that bad. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it? What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Exactly. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, when everyone around you do great things can be easily disheartening, but you say to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it falls flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what I mean. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I? Theory. This is a good poem, Will Sands. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his first time? I guess you're right. That's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. I'm still waking up. It just reminds me of how you're really part. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. I love my character's sarcasm. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, listen, deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sari. I'm not sure if Sari sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! And you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my lines in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play, or are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad, I want breakfast. Look, that's the thing about Sari. She's always on food. Sari, it was just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit? You can't answer just a little bit to yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I mean, eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hey, this was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. and I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Look, Monica is the worst. Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay, this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's not bad. No! Did I just read my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I can't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I didn't notice what you were saying. What were you saying? Right, oh crap, let me just load real quick. Okay. There you go. It's that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit together. The result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once you find a train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learn, for example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. That's so we can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Oh, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or not to, or to me. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't that supposed to be a lecture club? Ghosts under the light. Oh crap. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the ember glow. Mainly, it must be this one. The last remaining sheet light to have withstood the test of time. Oh, best of time. The last yet to be replaced. Oh wait, yeah, it was the test of time? I don't know. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. No, it's just, I have difficult reading cursive sometimes, so it's not, you do it. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you so long it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. Yeah, that too. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I really write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Wilson. Really? I must have totally missed the point. I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in our last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, it seems to be left with noting. There's a lot more soul in putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Now, time for the final one. Monica. Just Monica. Hello, Sans. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have anything in the club like marriages or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm off. Anyway, want to share your phone with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, little Sans. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand around with my phone. I like it, little Sans. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Boy? I mean, girl? No. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something else you would write. Who do you think I was targeting? Oh, she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. There are lots of poems or stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to them. Like, I see. You're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning there. Monica, just give me your poem. Let me make another poem for Natsuki. I want to do Natsuki's side story. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kind of styles. By the way, guys, I actually forgot the voice I did for them, since it's been so long. But I do know they were actually very similar, so... It'll always help you find what suits you the most, so don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? That is true. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. What? No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film lid left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other hand, was looking in. Look, Monica, it sucked because it's Monica. Monica, since you wrote it, it sucked. I just hate you, so it sucked. So, what do you think? It sucked. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. And that was the tone down of what I wanted to say. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's another tone down thing I want to say. What I want to say. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the time between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What is the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Again, it sucks because it's by you, Monica. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing cue of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. You try so hard to make it perfect that you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. She does start to break the fourth wall soon with those tips. Because she does end up saying something about saving. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for had mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a lyric club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sari and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki, who are most likely arguing. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As I read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow and frustrated. Well, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss a symbolism? Or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? The one you gave me was not the... Wait, what's it about? I don't know. I know that. I just meant language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? I mean, you tried that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Suri liked it. Most friends did too, so based on that, I'll gladly give you suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I didn't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Yeah, that's the thing, those two hate each other. Yeah, which I haven't yet. It like the poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Wilson appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you just full of yourself? Or are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out my way to make everything I do really cutesy. Is everyone okay? But you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically flew his cerebrals and started drawing up. Natsuki with the roast. There was one downstairs anyway. Alright. Natsuki. No, Natsuki, that's little. This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turned toward me as if they just noticed I was standing there. No sense. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her Will's hands. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Knowing them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Will Sands? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be Natsuki. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I racked my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feeling with my feelings with a few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Shows how much you know. That's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? Well, she was so mean to me. I could see his voice lines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing. And sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sari is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Wilson. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about, Natsuki glances around the room. Everyone stops staring at me. Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sari and Monica look away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean to, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with everyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori! I'll go make some tea. Eh? I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, sorry. I passed Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's reading each other's poems, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone, especially you, Wilson. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the last thing around we got a little too used to. So my joining the club was responsible for that atmosphere. No, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do lurk related things in the club room, so maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. Droll, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. About what? That's not the most important thing about the leisure club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sarah. And then, though, Monica's right. Being in the leisure club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. But since, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. Think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. Hey, look, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I to myself with newfound determination. Listen, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sari beams at me. It really has been a while since Sari and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sari, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. Whereas they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. That's one in your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Wilson, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. Looks like Sari still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation. And sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sari. I got Sari on the shoulder. I did that more to myself than to her. But it's easy to use Sari as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Here we go. So it should be kawaii. Okay. Vanilla. Okay. Kitty. Okay, so that one is for Sayori. Okay. Lollipop. Poof. Okay. Bubbles. Ribbon. Puppy. I guess this was... Wait, Monica's not on here. Okay. Okay, so that one is Sayori. Pink. Blanket. Bunny. Okay, so that one's Sayori as well. Okay. Sugar. Parfait. Okay, that's Sayori. Question is probably either Yuri or Sayori or both. Sweet. Okay, that's Sayori. What? Why is that Sayori? Candy. I'm skipping this for now because I already... Okay. Ribbon. Strawberry. Mouse. Okay. Okay, on. Again. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So that one started Sayori. Sayori. Okay. wait, it actually makes me start over. Okay, so... Okay. Whatever, I'm trying to make this. Okay, copy. That's fine. So far, I don't more sugar. I already know that one. Sure, targets. Not tricky. Yipping, okay. Strawberry. Socks. So target's area, but I want the target not to be, so... Okay, so that's 3, but I mostly am targeting Natsuki. I want to see family targets, but no, yeah, I forgot to erase it right. So this I am fine with. It is mostly Natsuki.